When it comes to improving performance, most people focus on two things: setting objectives and improving skills. But what if I told you that if you're only focusing on those two, then you're missing out on a vital ingredient that's going to make all the difference to performance? Stay with me and find out exactly what that is and how you can make sure that it's not missing for you or your team. If you don't want to miss out on a single tip or strategy that's going to help you become the leader that you want to be and that we all need, then hit the subscribe button below and hit that bell so that you get an alert whenever I post a new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sonia Gavira and I'm a leadership and success coach. And I've spent the last 20 years or so working with leaders at all levels in organizations. And today I want to help you improve performance by making sure that you're not missing out on one of the key ingredients. So what is this magical ingredient? Well, if you haven't guessed it already, what we're talking about is motivation. And when I say motivation, it's the energy that gets you up in the morning, that helps you to focus on what it is that you need to get done. It's what makes you feel great and like time is just flying by. You know, when you're in the zone, think about it a little. What does it feel like when you have no motivation? When you don't enjoy what you're doing? Time drags, doesn't it? Any urgency that you might have felt to get things done just disappears. And any excuse for not getting it done becomes really attractive. What else? Let me know in the comments below. And when you are motivated, what's the difference then? How often do you just lose track of time? How much energy do you have at the end of a long day? Doesn't it feel like you have energy to spare? Like you need to go and do something just to use some of that energy that the day and the work itself has actually given you. So there are three critical components of performance: a clear goal, vision or objectives, the skills to achieve it, and the drive or motivation to get you there. Without that drive or motivation, you can have an amazing vision and all the skills to achieve it, but if you don't have that drive or motivation, you're just not going to get off the ground. Let me give you an example in the form of a metaphor to make this a little clearer. Think about this. You're going on holiday to a destination that you're really, really excited about. You've done your research and it's going to be the most amazing holiday, bucket list stuff. Now you get to the airport through passport control and you're walking towards the departure gate and you look to your left and there's the plane. It's all shiny, it almost looks new. You can see the crew just getting on board and there seem to be quite a lot of experience there. And they're joking and laughing and seem to be having a great time already. If they're having such a great time, just imagine how amazing this flight is going to be. That's what you're thinking to yourself. When you get on the plane, the crew are amazing and they see you to your seat. You can smell the food that you're going to be served and it smells strangely attractive actually. And you can see the captain and his crew doing their final checks. You settle in ready for the flight to this holiday of a lifetime. And suddenly there's a message on the tannoy system. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid there's going to be a slight delay today. There's been a problem with the fuel truck and we're going to have to wait for a new one to arrive. We're not carrying enough fuel to get us to our destination. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this means that we're going to have to disembark you whilst this happens. No fuel means that the plane, in spite of its really clear destination, amazingly skilled crew, is going nowhere. Well, this is the same for you and your team. How's the motivation in your team? Have you or your team members ever lacked motivation? Let me know in the comments below. One of the ways that some of us find motivation is by belonging to a group or network that can support and sustain us. And I've got a free Facebook group called The Rising Leaders, which will do just that for you. Join us now for free by clicking on the button or link in the description below. So now that you know that motivation is key to performance, what's next? And I can almost hear the question coming at me. How do you motivate yourself and your team? Well, there are two key things to remember here. Number one, you can only motivate yourself and not others. And number two, everyone is motivated by something different. So let's take that first point, that you can only motivate yourself and not others. Now, this doesn't mean that as the leader, you can't do anything else about someone else's motivation. As a leader, your role is to ensure that the person can identify first what it is that motivates them, and then have a way to find that at work. So, for example, if they're motivated by recognition, by being publicly recognized in some way, how are you doing that? How are you giving them the well done or the employee of the month or whatever it might be that allows them to see themselves recognized publicly? If they're motivated by creativity, by being creative, by solving problems in new ways, how can they use that at work? So this then comes on to point number two, that everyone is motivated by something different. So let me help you out here. Using a tool called Motivational Maps, which I'll tell you about in another video, we work with 9 different motivators. So 1, making a difference or having a purpose. 2, creativity and innovation or solving problems in new ways. 3, freedom and independence. 4, being in charge of people, of resources. 5, financial or material reward of some kind. 6, expertise and knowledge. 7, security and safety. 8, belonging, being part of something. And 9, external recognition, public recognition of some form. Knowing which ones drive you will help you to start to identify which ones drive others. A mistake we often make as leaders is assuming that if we're motivated by something, that everyone else will be too. So for example, if you love learning and going on courses, which is the expertise motivator, you might send your people on lots of courses too, thinking that surely this is going to motivate them. But what if it doesn't? What if you have people in your team who really value the opportunity to be creative? Or you have people in your team who really value it, that's having that sense of security and safety. How would going on a course help them achieve those things? Now, I'm not saying that it wouldn't. You can make the link. But if you can make the link for them or help them see it through the lens of their own motivation, then they might really, really enjoy the course too. But if not, so how do you figure out what it is that drives you and each member of your team? In the next videos in this series on motivation, I'll be going through each one of the 9 motivators, what they mean and how you can use them to make sure that your people are always tapping into that energy that they need to get things done and also help each other do the same thing. I've also got a free course that is going to take you through the motivators and is going to help you to identify what it is that drives you. So just click on the link that you'll find in the description to access this short video course now. And remember, if you found this valuable, please like and share the video, and remember to hit that bell so that you're amongst the first to know every time I post a new video. Speak soon.